Hey, how y'all doing today? I'm Jaime de la Parra of JLd Instinctive Archery here with Wingman 115. Gonna give you some quick archery tips, so stick around. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back. I got just another little quick tip that I want to talk about. It's more a short discussion regarding aluminum shaft arrows. I got a lot of people that are always asking me, hey Jaime, how come you're still shooting aluminum? Carbon shafts, that's the newest, that's the greatest. They're super tough, and they're all the reasons come out. Well, I got a few reasons why I'm still shooting Easton Legacy aluminum shafts, and that's what I'm going to go into. One of the things that I like about the aluminum shaft is that it's been around for a while, easily 70, 80 years. It came around, you know, some of the old timers out there may know, in the 40s, definitely in the 50s, and we've been using them since then for competition, hunting, and just doing some stump shooting. It's a well all-around shaft. But more importantly, one of the things that I like about it, because I do fletch and paint my own shafts, build my own arrow. After the arrow's gotten a little bit of mileage on it and it's time to refletch, whether the feather's torn off or whatnot, I just simply take a knife and I scrape off the feather. No big deal. And it's easy to just refletch. I really can't do that with wooden shafts or carbon because you can damage that wood or carbon shaft. Especially the carbons, they can splinter out. There's a coating. Obviously you can do your wraps and whatnot, but that's just an additional thing I need to go buy. I'd rather just paint it up, glue on my feather and be done, and then if I got to repair, easy peasy. And as a result of that, one of the added benefits when you're out in the field, if you're hunting and whatnot, what I realized when I'm scraping off the feathers with my knife, the aluminum shaft actually serves as a honing steel. How about that? So for all you knife lovers and sharpening aficionados like myself, that's a big deal. So that way I don't have to carry another piece of kit on me, because guess what? My aluminum arrow shaft doubles as a honing steel. So that's one kind of a thing. It's easy to refletch. Another reason, obviously the toughness. Now, I know in the world of traditional archery, there's all the people that are in love with their particular shaft. I know there's some tough woods, the hardwoods, the footed wood shaft, which is what this kind of looks like in the graphic, and that's getting a hardwood spliced into a different wood, but that's a whole other topic. Then obviously your carbon shafts. There's some really good, tough carbon shafts out there, but at the end of the day, what I've come to realize is when that shaft does break, whether it's wood, carbon, or aluminum, if it hits a rock or something very solid, the wood and the carbon, they're definitely going to break, and that's it, they're done. Aluminum will probably bend before it breaks. I've seen it happen through the years, at least 2 decades for me, and a lot of the times I can bend it back into shape. Actually, I should have brought my little how to bend it back tool, but you don't necessarily need a tool. You could just simply eyeball it and then bend it back. And you know what? It works great. If it's a little bit too bent and it's starting to make some S shapes, guess what? That's my new bunny buster shaft, like what I carry on my bow quiver when I'm out in the woods just stumping around. Those, so I can recycle them, not a big deal. And probably the most important thing of why I like the aluminum shafts is that they're heavy. Yeah, there's some wood that can be heavy as well. And carbon, you can put stuff inside the tube, but carbon, I mean, they're already expensive as it is. And then I'm gonna have to buy more stuff to either put inserts or add extra weight and yada, yada, yada. I know my aluminum shafts are already heavy. They're ready to go. And there's a big important part to that. In the conversation or in the discussion between heavy shafts, arrow shafts versus light arrow shafts, because that's a whole other discipline and argument that we can get into. But from a bow hunting perspective or a hunting perspective period, I'll say this: what's going to knock down or do better penetration, a 22 or a 45? So weight, we want to go with heavy weight. And not only is that a hunting application, here's another aspect to the heavier arrow shaft. When it comes to your bow, what's the worst thing that you can do? Is dry fire, no arrow, because the arrow is absorbing the power of the bow. Now, if we got a light arrow, or if we keep going lighter in weight, we're getting closer to mimicking the dry firing of the bow. Now, I'm not saying that a super light arrow is going to cause damage to the bow, but I can rest assured, or at least I'll have the peace of mind knowing that my heavier arrow shaft, it's going to absorb more of the energy of the bow, thus prolonging the life of the bow. So that's kind of about it. Those are my reasons why I like to shoot the aluminum shaft. It's been around for a long time. It's been battle proven and easy to fletch. I can bend it back into shape, and because of that heavy weight, it's going to have maximum penetration as well as absorbing most of the power from my bow, for my little 50-pound Kodiak Magnum that I'm really proud of. So thanks for listening in and checking in, and we'll see you on the next quick tips. Leave it at that.